guys, welcome back to another episode by SToby. Last episode we built this lovely tube.
Long tube.
And this episode we're going to build the thing that goes at the end of it. You see that I've just cleaned this up a bit because it looks
We
a
still
bit
need to
rubbish.
clean up this. This really doesn't look good.
But yeah, so the main thing about this is we want a trading hall here, which means we're going to need to build some sort of platform, support structures, etc. Stupid light triggers. This sea lantern is representing where it's going to start from in the middle, so you can see that that's perfectly above there. Oh, it's drowned. Okay. Got him. But yeah, so the first thing that we want to do is, I think we need to have a look at the design that we're going to use.
And we're going to start by building out the platform.
Yeah, probably a center platform, which everything will be built from.
We definitely have the resources for it.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
We've got a lot of sand, a lot of gravel, spruce wood, soul sand.
And
how have we got this soul sand?
all
sorts of stuff.
But if you're wondering where all this sand came from, I think we should show them something. So if we just fly over here, it's a bit of a journey, but I'll talk while we're flying. I used a design by Raiseworks for infinite sand, gravel, and concrete powder. It seems quite cheaty, it is, but I just could not be bothered. And it's quite a clever design, so I thought you guys would appreciate seeing it. How it works is it's quite clever. See, this is where we've been getting some of the sand. But how it works is really clever because sand can either be a block or an entity. So when it's still on the ground, it's a block. But when it's falling, it's an entity, which means it can go through portals. And that's why we're flying over here. Because
flying over to the end portal.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
so,
we don't get lost.
What is this? So if we go down here, we can see a very clever contraption. I think.
Also, this is where all those shock blocks of sand came from.
Yeah, because I'm only using this for gravel because the sand will get quite well. But this is the design. So this piston pushes the gravel forward. It's then picked up and then dropped and then shot across. It lands next to the portal. That means that it's an entity, so it goes through the portal, but it's also a block, so it stays there. So if we turn it on like this,
should I go in the end?
You can see that. So it goes across.
So it starts, and then if I head into the end, like so, I will spawn in here, and you can see what happens is it goes through, and then it comes firing out here at high velocity. So this doesn't actually harm you. I feel like it should, but it doesn't. And then it pops itself in this torch, it's picked up by this, and then you can see we've got the large scale storage system down here which starts picking up the gravel. It's not particularly quick. It would probably be faster to dig it up, but
it's good for AFK. You can also have 4 directions and have 4 pickup systems, so this can be 4 times faster, but I couldn't be bothered. And then to turn it off, you just unflick that.
This is actually right next to an obsidian mine. Because if you mine up this and then someone actually, I want to see this. So if I mine up this piece of obsidian here, and then you head through the portal, you can see here's another thing as we're here. So all I have to do is just stand here, mine it, replace. Mine it.
I completely forgot that was a thing. But yeah, you can do that.
That's the thing. Because what's happening is this platform is replaced and placed here when someone teleports through the portal. Something teleports through the portal. So what happens is I mine up the piece of obsidian, and then the piece of gravel flies through the portal, which means that this piece of obsidian is replaced. So this, I just have to stand here, like so.
And then you can have hoppers or hopper minecarts or whatever to get all that.
That's actually. So this is both a gravel farm and an obsidian farm.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's bartering now, so you don't really need an obsidian farm.
but I'm just going to turn this off, and I think we should start by jumping into a creative world where we show the design off, because you've seen it in the background occasionally, but you haven't seen it properly. So I think we should cut to that.
Yep. So this is the design. This is it's a skeleton, to say the least. So I probably should have fitted one of these modules. But what will happen is you can see at the back here, right here, we got this column down, and we got this bubble stream here. So what's going to happen is we'll have the tube, which will go along, and it will come along here, and it will reconnect here. And then they'll get bubble columned up into this here, and then they'll basically just sit here, and then we can push them onto this rail here. And then you can see this will have a return one, so we're gonna have. Now this will probably be part of the same tube or different tubes depending on how many resources we have.
I think
Probably
they'll
the same
merge
tube.
at the bottom here.
And so the villagers will go across into here, and then this long rail is basically for what happens is the villagers end up here. We then send the villagers along this rail here, and then we have depositing mechanisms which will tell if there's a villager already here, and if there is, it will move the rail around on the top, which means that they go on to the next one, and then if there's a villager there, go on to the next one, and that's how the whole system works. And then you can see we've got this lever to define which way we want the villagers to go, if we want them to go out or if we want them to carry on.
Yeah, that is a trick that people need to know about. If a rail is going in two different directions,
Okay,
a lever
just
can...
move. Right, there you
Oh, that's way more satisfying.
go. That's way more satisfying.
Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're actually going to build these
All
columns.
of these structural columns. And these will be like all the way around. So we're going to build out a massive platform, and we're going to put in all the structural columns.
Now the other thing about to mention about this is we're then going to have a big glass ball that goes all the way around it, and then we'll have columns made of prismarine that attach to it to make it look like it's suspended inside the glass ball, which will look very, very cool, hopefully.
Also, this world is very broken.
I think you've
we
updated
changed updates with this world, and so yeah, we've got chunk errors. Yeah. It's really odd because this is actually still biome ocean. What does it say?
It says
oh no, this is Birch Forest Hills.
Oh yeah, Birch. Does it just stop?
It's Birch Forest Hills, deep ocean. Okay, well that's broken.
That's new. But yeah.
So now we're going to in time lapse of us building that platform.
Yeah.
We're back.
We are.
Um,
we have done work.
So this is what we've made. So firstly, let's start at the bottom. Let's start from where we've done. So we'd already done this tunnel here. You can see we've moved all the villagers over. So we've done this tunnel here already. And now that tunnel now opens out into this area here, which looks a lot more crowded than it actually is because there's a bunch of villagers.
This area is going to be very manual just because we can't be bothered to set up all the rails.
So what this is we've got this. So we're going to use our test subject number 1.
Why is he number 1? You expecting us to fail?
No, I'm just saying that we only use one test subject. So you can see, this is the first step. So we push him off in the washroom here, and then there's a rail right next to it, just perfect, so we can roll him in, and then that will roll him into the system. He then apparently is going to get thrown into the ocean. Alright, we'll fish him out later.
Yeah.
So that'll go into the system, which we're going to build next episode. And then, if we still had Mr. Test Subject and we hadn't pushed him onto the rails, what happens is if we then want to remove them again, we'll push them onto this center rail here,
So
which will then push them down here.
this
and then
takes
they'll
them
go
up and
down
we'll put them in
here.
the slots. And then if we want to take them out of the slots, we can push them onto this rail, which will take them in.
And then push them down onto this slab here. And then they'll be pushed along, and then we can put them back along this rail here. Actually, we probably need to work on some sort of return.
No, it's okay, because where they go is...
Because then they'll return back here, and then they come out here, and then we can push them back into this rail here, which is specifically designed to push them back.
They'll go down here. This detector rail will power this, and they'll go back, and they'll bounce back.
Come up here, and then go back through the system, which we've already shown off before.
I don't know if I've shown you this system, though. It's very clever. When they go across here, it fires arrow of weakness, which one of the guys sells, shoots it down on their head, and then we can just get them with a golden apple.
Where is it?
Fletcher.
This Fletcher right here, you can see has weakness arrows. Surprisingly cheap, I must comment.
Yeah. Hello. But
Okay.
I think that's everything for this episode.
So that's everything for this episode. So,
There you go.
chase me. I'll let yeah. So,
if you love this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of my next video. Adios.